Going on? Shout out to my new subscribers, my old school subscribers, and my TikTok family. I appreciate y'all. Wasn't for y'all, none of this would be possible. Hey, shout out to everybody. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. I got a video out about these narcissists and how it's going to go down at your jobs, with your family members. Check that out. It might be able to help you out from getting irritated or frustrated because these people, they look forward to the opportunity to gloat and throw things in your face. So remember, check those videos out. Stay calm, cool, and collective. These people get off on, they knock off. I'm sorry, I gotta stop saying get off. They knock off. I'm coining that phrase. I'll make some T-shirts with it before somebody steals it. They be narking off on any kind of supply. So even if you get irritated, they're knocking off. You know what I'm saying? They're knocking off. They're knocking off hard, and you don't want anyone knocking off on you in public. You don't want anyone knocking off on you at work. Is disrespectful. But they'll do it to you. They'll knock off on you, and you don't even know that narc. A complete stranger narc will. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys pouring into the videos. Like I've said, we got all the watch hours. Congratulations to us. So now that we got the watch hours, let's go ahead and get the subs up. So like I was saying before, try to get wherever you can and subscribe. Your family, your friends, your sneaky link. You guys can watch the videos together and giggle and kiki. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is, spread the love, man. Let's go ahead and get my content outside of the West Coast, because right now it seems like the only people holding me down mainly is the West Coast. So shout out to the West Coast. I just found that out, I'm saying, recently, talking to a new future business partner. It looks like, most of my subs are on the West Coast. So I'm going to, and I have already, since last night, adjusted my times per, what I'm saying? So now that I found the information out, hey, what's going on, love? Yeah, we're just talking about, what I'm saying, the fact that the West Coast holding me down right now after speaking with future business partner, you know. So I appreciate y'all. Keep holding me down, West Coast. Y'all doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of y'all, yeah, I see you looking. What you looking ass? I don't understand. Why you looking over here? Yeah, I called him. I called him. I called this neighbor. Just staring all in my house, man. Like looking all hard. They see me in my truck and they try to look right to the front. Get your ass down the road, bro. Dudes are weird. But anyway, what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. So as y'all pour into me, allow me to pour into you, with these dope ass videos. All right, your superpower, right? Right now, your superpower is going to have to be, okay, there's a lot of activity going on, man. This dude's backed up in the road, the middle of the road. Oh, it's an old dude. Yeah. So your superpower during the holiday season right now, you're gonna have that ability to ignore people. And I know it seems like it's simple, but like my ability to ignore uh, weirdos or like gatekeeping type of people. Oh, I'm sorry about that, y'all. Gatekeeping type of people is like unmatched, right? So like I could have a weirdo trying to troll me in the comments, and I can leave him a comment, and then that troll can continue to run his mouth, and I could go right into the chat and not see a single message. I mean, like, just block it. Like, that's how tuned my ex allowed me to get, like, with blocking her out. Like, because she would send these books. And when I realized, oh, she's going to try to get she wants to get everything out that she feels it, inside. And she don't care how I feel about it. She don't even care if I'm reading it. So I just let them send the messages. I remember when I used to argue through text with my ex, she'd be sending those books. I would block her. And then I go make a sandwich or something. And I come back and I unblock her, and she would be still texting as if she didn't even know that I had blocked her. She was just spilling everything, just spamming the text, just 30 chat messages, man. I'm just like, and I did blocked her again. I just blocked her again. I blocked her again for the rest of the day, then went back and I could go and talk. And she thought she had gotten all her comments, her messages to me, and I'd read like all 30. I'd blocked all of them, but maybe 7. And I was still able to pick up in the conversation where we left off at without skipping a beat. So it means that all that she put in there was a bunch of malicious attacks. Yeah, texting these novels, these doggone horror stories. You know what I'm saying? Texting these horror novels, trying to say whatever they can to try to offend you. That's the only point of it, is to try to text everything possible to offend you. And then they're hoping that you're going to read it, because they might put something in there that pertains to the argument. But you don't have to watch it. Sorry about that, guys. You ain't got to watch it. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is ignore it and keep it moving. It's not your problem. It's not your problem. And this happened all the time. I could block her. I could block her when she's arguing with me. Yeah, let's do that. I could block her. See if the audio is better with that. Yeah. To try to trigger you and bait you in. I could block her and, like, okay, she starts the morning argument. So I could go ahead and just block her. Like, all right, done. Right? And then I'm thinking, okay, she'll get the hint that she's blocked. I'll go about my day making the sandwiches and stuff and working out. And then I unblock her and I'll say something like, so, can we actually talk about fixing this? And when I unblock her and I'm getting ready to send this message, she's still sending me hate messages. Like, when I unblock, the message is still coming in. She's been sending me hate messages all day. Didn't even notice she was blocked. Hey, what's going on, Empress? Didn't even notice she was blocked. That goes to show you right there, they're not reading nothing that you're sending them. She didn't even care that I hadn't said nothing back to her in hours. She was just going off still. I unblock her and all I see, hey, you piece of shit. And then I'm, damn, this woman don't even know that I blocked her for hours. I done made like 2 sandwiches. I done worked out. I done all kind of stuff. And she's just like, and then by the time that she's everything out, she don't respond to nothing I'm saying. It's like, oh, I got everything out. I'm good. I don't even care what he's saying. I got it. Whatever, man. Whatever. Having the ability to zone these people out is a superpower that they don't know nothing about, because they can't block out people. See, that's one of their biggest weaknesses. That's why they're so fucking weak. That's why they're so codependent, because they can't block out negativity, other people's comments. I got a video coming out next, speaking about this. Let me take my shades off for a second, because my business partner brought it to my attention that there's some goofiness going on where some women are trying to eyeball narcissism in men based off of goofiness, is the best way I can describe it. She was describing to me, like, they got this thing going on where they're saying that narcissists wear shades. If that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, man. If this is what's going on, this is the reason why people are not taking it serious, right? This is like, just, you know what I'm saying? If this was going on, this is why people are not taking it serious whatsoever. You know what I mean? See, that's how you got to do it. You see how, you know what I mean? And then go about your life, ain't nothing, like nothing happened. But I got another video coming out about this. That's why the title's the way it is, because, ladies, I failed you. I didn't know that there's women out there trying to say that narcissists wear shades. If this is something that they do, they're once they watch a video, they're gonna be like, oh, that's how they're identifying me. Shades off. Well, I mean, what? What is that? What is that? I mean, listen, I wear shades for one reason and one reason alone. But you got to ask me the question, like, why? Instead of just making the assumption. I went to Iraq, man. Man, my eyes are jacked up. If you notice, even my glasses are tinted. I have light sensitivity. You cannot sit here and judge some shit by some goofy shit like that. I'm sorry. It don't work. That'd be like me saying, like, certain female narcissists are narcissists based off of their name. I can't do that. Or if women, I know women are narcissists, they dye their hair. If they don't go with their natural hair color, If it's graying or not, that's not possible. Even if it is a character trait of a narcissist trying to hide their eyes or whatever, the minute you're making videos about it, shades off. Shades off with any real a real one. Oh, you're trying to identify me by shades? Shades off then. Just look at these gorgeous eyes then. No, like come on, man, we gotta do better. But I got a video coming out about that. But again, you know, I'm gonna keep it real about everything. I'm not, and I ain't worried about nobody having nothing to say about me because you're gonna have a hard time trying to prove me to be anything other than real than what I say I am. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm gonna make my dent in this field, and ain't nobody gonna stop that. So again, sometimes when you people are saying things to y'all gotta use discernment. You gotta understand, like, why would somebody think that? And maybe they've encountered in their life and their experience that from the people that they've dealt with, but then maybe it might seem like they're putting their personal experience a little bit too much into helping other people identify narcissists, because that's above and beyond. That's all I'm saying. you know the main thing about narcissism is the way to identify them is the interaction with these people. You cannot do it by the physical look. I mean, come on, man, we know they're chameleons. Once the word gets out and you know how they study, shades off. I can't take shades off because I can't see without them. How can I talk to y'all in the chat if I can't see? Then I'll be doing this. I'll be doing this, and I'll be squinting. And then guess what's next? Guess what's gonna be next? Narcissists, they be squinting their eyes at the camera. I can't see. What do you want me to do? Damn, man. Oh, the streets get goofy. Oh my goodness, these streets get goofy, man. Listen, what I mean, you gotta. I understand that, like, life right now. How do I put this? You can't. Life is all about meeting people. You cannot, like, get rid of people, like, by looking at them. You're, like, discriminating at that point, and you're defeating the purpose of not being discriminated and not being profiled. Like, you can't eyeball it, right? Let them open their mouth. Trust me, if they're a narc, you'll probably know within the first, I don't know, probably 10 minutes, right, of talking to them. But when you're talking to them, you can't be interrogating them, because then you might cause them to start acting differently. Because so you gotta, it's really just about being around them and picking up the traits naturally without trying to come off. Because if you come off too aggressive, you can trigger people into being a certain kind of way aggressive, or they might retreat into a certain kind of way because the energy you're putting off is just too aggressive, like a cop interrogating, and they might feel some type of way and they might get aggressive or they might retreat, you know. So, I just pick up context clues within the sentences and how they speak. And even if I feel like somebody is, I normally give them the benefit of the doubt, because that's what we're supposed to be about as empaths. We're supposed to show empathy. I know that the world is all messed up, but we're trying to heal people. And part of healing people is going to have to be having some understanding. And as I'm going through this process, hey, look at my videos. I used to go off on them. Narcs and yeah. We're going to go off on these narcs. I get it, but we're also healing, and part of that healing process is not blocking people out of your life and being by yourself forever. And as I'm going through it, you can see that I'm changing. You're seeing it in me. It's called growth, and that's why I want to bring y'all with me. Grow with me. We don't want to linger, too long on certain things. We're growing from it. We're taking the information in. So, but we're not going to, like, ban ourselves from other people. We're not going to cut ourselves off from humanity. We're not going to try to profile people without giving them the benefit of the doubt, as we're trying to spread love and peace and light, and not more division. The division has got to stop. They're trying to break it down to most narcissists or men. That's old data. Like, since 10 years, past 10 years or so, these covert female narcissists have been on the rise. So the data skewed. You can't use that old data anymore, talking about like 70% of men. We got to get the updated data. We're updating each other in real time with our own human experiences. And there's more men coming out saying, hey, look, this is going on with us too. It has to be taken into account. It cannot be discarded just because we're men, right? Like, well, look at the quality of man it is. Am I a piece of shit? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna try to call me a piece of shit? I'm the one taking care of my son. Last I checked. And I do it without complaining about it because it's an honor. You know, I do it every day. You know, no problem. I handle all my bills. I don't ask for shit. You know what I mean? I'm on here trying to bring awareness because I can, you know, and because I want to. I don't have to. So I'm doing that. I'm not hurting anybody. I might be a little bit blunt. I might wear shades. I might be handsome, but that don't make me a narc. It's about spreading the information, and different people relate to different folks. There's room enough for everybody. Gatekeeping is not necessary. You know what I mean? It's not necessary, right? So, you know, and it's just like my business partner bringing these things up to me, you know, and like, you know, and I'm just letting it be known I don't care what anybody thinks of me, right? I don't know what that's about. Man, this phone's getting on my nerves. Um, but I don't really care what anybody thinks of me, you know, and I don't really care, you know, because when she brought this up to me, I had no idea what was even being said. Like, what does that even mean? Like, okay. But I mean, you know, people do what they got to do. I'm just saying that, you know, what I do with my intuition and discernment and instinct, and then applying logic, being an engineer, you know, that's just not possible because, man, my ex never wore shades. She's the biggest snark I know. You know what I mean? So, and maybe it's a man thing, you know, maybe it's not, but I wear shades all the time. I have light sensitivity. I can't. My glasses are tinted. So you're gonna automatically assume the wrong thing with me based off of that, right? So, and maybe it is a thing, but you have to use discernment. You have to. So, you know, I ain't gonna hold you guys too long. I am gonna get back on here right after I'm done with this. And but you know, your power, you know, this power of being able to ignore people and ignore what they're saying and ignore their comments. It is a listen. Most everybody like will get triggered into stuff on a daily basis. You have the ability to not need like you're above that. That's a superpower. I don't get triggered unless I want to be triggered. Empaths do it. It's right. We do it with dignity and grace. We don't go around shaming anybody too much about anything. We got too much stuff to be doing. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you know, keep being great. Continue to try to educate yourself. But just when you hear something, even if it comes out of my mouth, if it seems a little bit like, I don't know, bro, you know, let it fly. You know what I'm saying? Let it fly. But I'll be back on here in a minute. I'm gonna get back on this game with my son. You know what I mean? Apex Legends stuff. You know, I used to play that back in the day, but they don't come out with some new updates, man. It's pretty dope. So I'm gonna get back in here. Remember, y'all, spend time with your kids. Enjoy the time with your kids. Love your kids. You know, also love yourself. You know, we're healing. We're on this journey together. I love all y'all, even the ones that don't agree with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the kind of person where you have to agree with me, but we're gonna still grow together, and you're gonna be able to take my life experience into consideration when you're trying to figure this narcissism thing out, whether you agree with me or not. You know, you're like, well, this dude, you know, did go in the army at 17. He did go to war right at 18. He did go to war twice. He did get out from that and not let it break him and became an engineer. He did do that. He did, you know, have a child out of wedlock and got custody of his child. He did do that. So I don't let anything break me. I don't let anything keep me down. And I don't let other people's opinion of me stop me from being great. And that's what you need to be, the way you need to be, and the way you need to think. I'm not perfect. You can catch me slipping on here sometimes. So what? I'm not trying to be perfect for y'all. I'm not over here, you know, getting myself all bedazzled up and, you know what I'm saying, face all oiled up and chapstick on. And man, I'm not on that level yet. I'm just trying to get the information out to you. You know, when it's time to be cute, I'll know when it's time to be cute. But right now, it's cold. Shit. I ain't got time to be doing that cute stuff, man. All the time. Man, listen, get the information, put the phone down if I'm looking jacked up. You know what I'm saying? But get the information, you know. And a lot of these women, shout out to a lot of these women that been pioneering in this field. You know what I mean? Um, like I said, I've had some of the big ones in the field, like, you know, give me like a little bit of reassurance, like I'm doing the right thing. Like I had this chick called a spiritual whistleblower, and she like one of my TikToks, man. She didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? She never do that. I appreciate her. Like she's running around, you know what I'm saying, making sure, checking stuff, keeping things in check. You know what I mean? And I used to watch her before I even knew any of what this stuff was. You know, I didn't know what it was at the time. Man, I was dealing with my own narc, and I didn't know what a narc was. And I just remember she'd be like, "Narcissist, narcissist, narcissist." Like, who is this lady? What is she talking about? I know she's passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? And then when I finally realized what I am and what I've been going through, and I'm like, that's that lady. So really, she's like one of the first in the game. I know what I was talking about it. So shout out to her, and I appreciate her liking my TikTok video. You know, when you're doing the right thing, man, you know what I'm saying? You get noticed, you know, and if you're doing it from the right place, you know, the right people will notice you, and you know, she's you know what I'm saying? She's doing her thing. So shout out to her. You know, shout out to the rest of the ones out there doing it, the real ones out there doing it, putting the information out, not worried about what anybody else thinks. You know, just getting information out to their group that pertains to their group that they're trying to take care of, their community. Shout out to y'all. You know, but I'll be back on here for my community in the next few minutes. I don't want to run this too long for the replay community, man. Shout out to my replay gang. Y'all be doing it. So I'm gonna keep the short ones for y'all, and then I'm gonna get back on here later on and drop the long one for